a question Amuzu Adarma or say Musa TF no monche. Transfer fees. One thing I'm saying about this game, and they say there are certain decisions be on more. So you know, a very, very, very difficult, sir. A very good prediction on a certain move. Say, nipa ya okwe okako survival. Yeah, na analysis I any be bringing in the precedences and kasa. But in football transfers, I dare say you shall so say. At the time now Ronaldo eba Real Madrid no, na the fee no, almost the highest fee in the game at that time. Such a key zero the fee of the bar Real Madrid. Now you say so be kai make a crack.
Ronaldo there 109 me shama see how you kasa me shama see.
The number person actually say
96 million euros me kai.
It was close to 100.
Yeah. 26 96.
It was part of fees na huge. Our market, you know, at that time, you know.
So 2009, 94 million euros.
Was it part of the world record?
One of the best at record that time.
Great.
As the most expensive player.
Wow. So at that time, in common on the bread say, oh, Ronaldo Quadia, legends are what record Real Madrid no obe to be on to me two day. But after Ronaldo Econo, a boy Madrid the ton no the J and the laurels achievement. Who Ronaldo became after so joining Real Madrid no. Nobody went back and talked about Safi Noa Yedekoto Ronaldo no. One baby I made person a choa join the
yes.
Obet me akwa for player be now be a can na ne boarding je the bank can be boarding. So time ko to aduane bi wo no bi timi ka say ma me dey aduane boarding ba o je na ko to aduane obi di na ofili wi a on consider price and fee na o de ko to aduane no.
Yes.
But they said you never for be the air for chiro okoto bi na be dia ya obi on 22. Aduane na air originally but want to me anti bi no also feel say what's aboka ade air for ka omoka. That's got to do with transfers. Until say who the end product, the outcome of the move no a very difficult so because the move we ne board and send board nyade. Take this from me. Name a 222 no. Say Basaji edge scado.
Yeah.
Scado kosi say.
I'm always no.
Griezmann, Coutinho, Ousmane Dembele. I mean scado kosi say. Now for one no say Neymar awurade ehunu ho ya to akokọ be de.
Kan o tena crank ye.
Tena kwa ka ye but at that time no ko number say ni sika so the sika no became valuable to the club. But the sika no koye ye no. Na ma mu decision no mo ma Neymar ko ni sika na mo je na aba be questionable. So sometimes in transfers, me baby am tea, makes me a kokoti, Liverpool, no. You wait how productive the player becomes. About shut down the freedom of the Cocoto, no. 130. In the modern day transfer market, for crowd. Maybe call internet and I know after say Declan Rice bought free share Real Madrid no. Could be say, Declan, never told me who's out there Triaoka. Arsenal fans no. They were enjoying sources after say Odrichi away a supreme figure like Real Madrid. Or say Declan who feel now the buy no. So when you say football between Amwako Gaga. What you can some crown I said they were saying say Declan Rice sika no the buy Arsenal say $100 no. Go na free kick bako mienu onyare tia Madrid nti. Sika no yaw komunya krometu be ka ho. Me I feel say the position na obo for Leverkusen as a 10 or creative or impasse or dribble in terms of creativity no person breaking it down or you need be besides at the age o feel say so now check Liverpool project in the panel ya say he's a bit of a missing piece. We a typical number 9 no wunya ye no and from a top no number 10 McAllister is number 10. He's a number 8 who can play that 10 position but on your 10 me a presenter me a analyst ada ya woni oda ka se metina mu a it doesn't make me a host. So McAllister can play in the number 10 position but he's a typical number 8. It's vet in there you can't tell with 10 or 10 getting a modern day number 10 is very very difficult. Somebody who creates centrally check the players from neighbor I want to Rafael Rafinha Lamia ma I want nyen kwa no nam. That's the modern day. It's when you're centrally somebody who creates and Mao side goals can on him pass 130 at the age you know. He's a Bundesliga winner at the age you know. Part of the Dutch German national team. Scano, let's hold on. what he does for Liverpool no will determine say bonus so and I say bonus. So that's my opinion. On the screen, Ter Stegen for Barcelona. We achiever, we established. No national team no dey only established. German national team still don't believe say wait me started their mom even in the absence of Manuel Neuer. But Barca come on in that contest no. Manuel Neuer dey yaw. Me busa question back na me ne atie for starting come no me person me busa o say. Do you think Ter Stegen who no from Mönchengladbach ebesi Barcelona no obetimi a perform best and now I can peak e wani mu ho no? Do you believe that? 33 years returning from injury.
Goalkeepers here they say
returning from injury. So if I no count on na fame am
so after returning from injury no how consistent or be games ne ba to so in a row and the bama na nya ne form na no one san or call injury and I say bia opera but the enemy say even so not that games no car and that is better. Yes no the more na won yin ne fan say bia goalkeeper dey afena sabi adwen no kra mo ba be yetu. Yes, I experience ne beba more so me feel still more years
na dey over to Claudio Bravo na no draw can your contest and not Bravo nyini but be no can just like
so sometimes it boils down to coaching a decision
and then your physical state to respond to the current demands of the club or physical state or experience what you've garnered behind your career, all of that put together makes you experience. But every level of experience, as much as we are talking about performance there, we're also talking about physical balance. So back pain so come here back pain because you guys are not athletes. It's more junior adwuma mo experience adwuma betena akomia be boko no betena o tena no kasa wi a e bia me no oni pin ko be so akomia chie ne ya but the fear for there on betie ensam ane akomia nani mo o de kasa nko because he is not an athlete. This guy is an athlete. So apart from your experience your physical balance is important, especially at the elite stage of the game. Look at the Barca squad. Now sometimes the most disadvantageous point in every athlete's career and say we are part of the core. No prakwaba na call no a move your jaw na fe na o track it e wo machi. It has become very difficult for you and you be the two roho na no ye oba na kubasi ni Martinez call the intensity of the game, the demands, how they respond mentally, everything na fe so catch up late a bit to Rudiger. Look at Rudiger the performances. So Ter Stegen a key problem right now, our major problem to deal with, especially with the performance of Xabi for Barcelona. Asama, Macra, Madame Fourier, captain today, who are finna Obana Unyabotre. Had it not been the presence of this guy, Ebia Ter Stegen, club Ter Stegen, but this guy, per equality in terms of performance, this guy is up there with the rest of the squad. Can that same thing be said of Ter Stegen? It may be a communicator. Omasa to goalkeeper. The market value at the time I mean we doing komoyi at 25 million euros.
On a bench.
What we come on it
25 million euros goalkeeper on a
bench. This is the guy. Juan Garcia. Or Barcelona couldn't be. Nemo could do original for the camp. Or more crony or more than Espanyol for the and I feel but he has good height or flexibility. I mean, dive and reach are the core parts and demands of every goalkeeper. But not checking numbers, and I can saw the metric and the Casadia. Shot and goal consider, shot saved, total, mid distance, shot saved, all of that. Uber and the numbers and effect. Or checking ranking one. LFP La Liga for no from LFP. So he has some good numbers to back the performance. But be a me no say me the statistics no na kasa. Me no, I will not be fair to you. And you share the shots saved total emu clean sheet. Who ne metrics ni be say grow because you're up and coming. Now media be a start me my own chow. The eye test is always important. It is no how Osina kan was I describe his profile to you. This goalkeeper, I can't height, and now one of the most commonest and the rarest feature of goalkeepers, they kind of say reflexes, a combination of two words. Reflection and flexibility. And you kind of reflex. As a goalkeeper, the reflex, just a bona atonete no obey.
Say, obey, sorry, because bona say we.
And no one, this guy, one moment, stadium also oh yes say Asha born at on to one body keeper no. This guy, a friend reflex, he does all of that superbly. But distance is so short. Area goalkeeper's kingdom it has to be at the back of the net. He has that flexibility within the body no ankasa. So he does this job for Espanyol and Barca for no monitor no. One positive thing for Barcelona they say will show keeper say as a common deno. Courtois ba no ka Courtois. Okay Black. No money a day. We are central defender no when you na 36 so na ya Xabi na Bonucci kra otian. The poor boy obehu abeg go dress room no obehu abeg. But on the field he has some real command over the game no. So in my opinion, me know ya adwene. Barca will not bench this guy. And especially his style of play connotes with that of Barcelona culture of identity. Goalkeeper is so who born no pass kakra and your time behind a person cut through the build up sequences no you be caught direct it to be a goalkeeper no I saw do now no a boy say 1-4-2-3-1 say 1-4-2-4 whichever formation and systems this goalkeeper has to be premium in that regard. Juan Garcia has arrived. I don't think they'll bench him, but the problem goes on to Ter Stegen and Shexini. Shexini they say oh party be as oh na there oh who dem frama. So because pressure in so the pressure want to see the general captain no one the salary no ojaho obe so be so be gini na
also on fa bi punch no we na all pam me na sika kan me fanche wo hu bi da
Juan Garcia mema asemasi Barcelona they are giving the coach a headache to deal with.
Because Barca for no kwan say obi catch from Barca ya re say Madrid now na neti kromo no say uwie season wanje the Champions League wanje the La Liga wanje the Copa del Rey na me fa say wanya to say be a Super Cup and kanwa next season no wasem bonopo and look at the signings of Madrid for so mo ye ne de omo ye. I
love the fact that we ardent follower of the Premier League, no, I say La Liga. But don't La Liga information out there, my no pay.
Yeah, because
you are telling us Madrid virtually
lose you twice.
Empty.
Barca also lose you twice because last season Madrid for the Champions League. Make us the last two seasons. Or for the Champions League and the La Liga.
Yeah.
Just ended season, Barca responded. So Xavi Sikeni ho yintimi top players yet what you call flick bra ya won kwada then I'll beat me aye
easily. And experience wise between the two coaches, you know, Flick when most Xavi, especially coach or merge up a broken squad. Something yes, you might be my own way. And coming as a Vienna quiet squad no for the amano. Ebi Ayas be a Borussia Dortmund be me PSG cross every cash will cause every pressure because of so brutal. Enrique so Xavi no baba far bass and there at that time, you know, that pressure also. Now got to tell Madrid dressing room horses to training ground.
So bus and no day 2. Now no ship. Real Madrid for the only Madrid Babi Chia Janaye because no Alonso no say from the start Anna Rebecca say 1 or the punctuality and the year Juma 2 and yet mena atwam yenyina ye kwaye ko yenyina ye by defend so Mbappe Vinicius omunya da holidays no munya no last season and Carlo Ancelotti no so e father figure no because Ancelotti no ontiam
that be manage you out to get the best
Kobu Saliva in place no so no anya one from training fair for me
yo na the amount for me really will comments and I say X Fancy the Maria and I said will be a church and says Madrid the Bebo possession. Let me clarify this from my little knowledge on Real Madrid. Madrid, they don't have a playing identity. Not the Mimahunu. A playing identity like Coach Baby has to fall in the line like the guy that left.
See, Barca a person.
Tiki-taka started from Rinus Michels, the godfather in terms of coaching for Dutch football. Now show how Obrako to no Barca for started, you know, similar thing to AC Milan. Now also from him dear Eddie Free, the same Dutch school corner. It's Johan Cruyff, who they share Rinus Michel, Johan Cruyff disciples to be a Pep Guardiola. I don't know no Pep Guardiola so as I comfort and hag more also na say.
Yeah.
But Hansi Flick combines possession with quicker transition. A new Germany for the no the BCNE. So or maintain possession they can say and Crawford sit deep while you we can still penetrate and go. But someone sit deep or let's stick to quality, quick attacking football no. But Alonso, Rondo na all you know. And yet the concept of possession. Rondo doesn't mean say possession. Rondo is just a training drill. One, a build chemistry. Two, coach no nim diemu. Opeso ball quicker transitioner. Rondo krona no the bebo. Three, improving of first touches, especially the pressure almost so as a uniter. Obia ball ne count na no anya se me touch out to ansa na ma cushion ball no ma jam. Papa and then the fourth one no. Build a lot of chemistry between players. Rondo, a Spanish word the check round. To say the HSA, I'm not the Rondo. So Michel Alonso training now. I was some keep ball no. And some keep ball no. Not here. You keep according to what the coach tells you. Oh, some but doesn't mean some keep ball no. I'm not training part 12 no. But doesn't mean say they are keeping the ball. They are doing something different. They be counter attacking football. But okay, you get it. Omo plan say from your goalkeeper no Alisson Becker to Salah no 4 passes but omo ye dey somebody has to interpret that technically as what you say.
Okay, fair question.
The fact say Giraffe doesn't mean say we are planning on possession. It's different. But in the context of Real Madrid, in the last 3 coaches are so much successful no, but Jose Nebedi kan. My father the last few years coaches like Casa already or Yajuma Eddie Madrid, me first no money, sir, or more better on account. I'll pick Jose as the number 1. Contextually, who was Jose at Real Madrid? One, Jose, I did a first situation analysis of Real Madrid. Situation and say Pep Guardiola about paper. This is the situation. And the man could opposite of Pep Guardiola so that we can all survive here. Paper no, Jose by virtue of a star from Chelsea, it wasn't his star. And Obama drew baby a situation in someone adopting more defensive ideas. But and that is how Jose made Real Madrid. It's to be to book Kedira. No ball Alonso Aquabai, no the papers also. In a typical 4-2-3-1, it never converts to 4-3-3. What's in common say? Sometimes coaches need be Pep Guardiola on a 4-2-3-1 no, or shall a 10 to make convert him on a 4-3-3. Based on the movement of the number 10. Or drop a 2-1-3 no jab 3 or top. But Jose usually a 4-2-4 or 4-2-3-1. And yet 4-2-3-1 convertible 4-3-3 because the number 10 no a special job at the man attackers and he doesn't come here. It is a Kadira Dina Xabi Alonso comedy. No your Ozil, Ronaldo, Di Maria and Benzema on top. It's a 4-2 and then you have 4. Ozil doesn't function like these two guys in terms of so many 4-3-3. He functions primarily with players on more top no. Into one drop him now Kedira watchi Alonso ayao Ozil ni one so drop him deeper by defensive job and that is Jose. Now you go through this lineup where's when you Spain okay Abelu ebo right back the man eba way now Saka no Sahin one finfi so even with no Sahin all kind talk about only Jose because of the defensive role no question say no me more defense me what Dortmund na me jamming me so me call and only Jose nyai was so a lazy boy. That problem let talk Kevin De Bruyne, Salah problem let talk Kevin De Bruyne, and Jose no. A bit about to Nurisahin. Their style was meant for the offensive game. Coach try set or do a after Jose they also had Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti combines both defense and then offense. Or any be combined possession as and when the situation demands. It has Ancelotti the other kind of formation. About Diamond. But what has been his system? He always adapts. Similar thing to the next Zidane. So yeah. And these coaches in me and I hear the coaches are Real Madrid. So check something. This is Ancelotti. Typical 4-3-3. Now share the back line. Now who say 4 no. Now who make 4-3 no. This is not a counter attack. We a possession. Short passing sequence. And you who phone in now deep. And then who made 4-3 no Casemiro, Cruz and then Modric. This was Carlo Ancelotti throughout the time of the Real Madrid. He combines a lot of stuffs. So you are all by Uber defense. Chalo counter. So set the banners for counter. Me defense. What Ancelotti no? That's what we call tactical liquidity. The other day na me can he adapts a way a man team no flexible. One or pick half spaces. Usually counter attack, one not bad. See for me, I drop a ball to net. But to build up shot and almost a counter, so or set the team no. Where you one time pass, you can understand the fact that we be not dropping a Vinicius mono. So or when to go short and or when to go long. That is Carlo Ancelotti, and the Zidane. What had the ball up a low press and to me a high press. This is low press from Carlo Ancelotti. So when you say on your coach or say over the BRD block, a muda set men could block or beko. And the boss and no men trunk of Mukrom and come on pressure so check this some of these games against Manchester City about possession there. Almost one time. Yeah. Quickly near cop Ancelotti why bebree. But there have been situations as well were building up short at the border about the 20 team. So Ancelotti identity in the day, he adapts to the situation, he adapts to the squad. No one will be at the winning the team now. So that is Real Madrid. And Ancelotti, and Jose, and Zinedine Zidane. Nemo mu training na work and no. But mention kwa ni mu kakra bi na ya mentre oni akire fo nko bobi wa say. This if we want to talk about this is the Rondo. Rondo na omo ye no. So what the buttons are represent here eno na hu. We ya hu say coach no ana obi o technical anchor was ya. So omo body paper ntie possession. That's not the case. Omo jiafa akoba they are working on counter attack. That's the game. So this is the Rondo. Na ebani say no a me share Madrid training ni din am say Alonso best start here building from a tree.
Yes.
It mature Rondo no. Na amo use 3 different colors. Video na me konya wo no. 3 different colors you know there were swaps between Carvajal and then David Alaba. Na me o share wo enjoy ya who say Alonso kan ho.
So omo training babe no. Your lemon green, and I to say be a red type, Bibisa.
I can't tell just so.
And a third one, I know cream color.
Yes, it's about you share one free. Now, check the place now. Equip one or more keep on a building.
Lateral defenders,
and central defenders, and a building. Now, attackers not pressing. You know why? Because I'll also be pressing on top. Defenders and builder the Yaba. What young come on? Now, before now, make I say me highlight here the video I show Hasi. Ya had the to be when you
Carvajal
or should Jessica Calabay?
We say we move.
What do you cannot media and cannot
Violet.
Yeah, opening uncle. And no. You could be you do anyone more, you just in the best son. And Tihani Roy different. Now the 13, one I press say, Calaban press.
Momo share red.
And I for the keep you born.
Lemon green.
It's move no ya there or 2 different colors because one who said green for the doors, one who red doors. One odd neutral player or worry according to who gives me the ball. That is Carvajal. But suggesting so that's how I could do before for Honomo. So we share at this point you know red for na air pressing and a green for na keep ball. Now I'm keep ball because they are trying to build up. Now some more use Carvajal. Oh is a ball green for the mark Carvajal. Nice. This is Xabi Alonso. Now instructions there one touch to your left to your right. And no did you actually know. A German saw in a touch line now. I don't know wait time with that so. Time not just say the next 2 minutes I say to me Bob 15 passes. The next 2 minutes I say to me Bob 200 passes. The next 3 seconds as I say about it me Bob. That's how he's working about and what we can deduce from here and say Alonso be good. It was an assistant coach in the correct time no. The time I say no coach about 10 minutes your passes in sir. Then you best restart it. If I'm fan part 2, Carvajal just in the team, green for just in the team. This is the which player near Alaba na beji move no. Alaba and Carvajal, what has been there? What is the relationship between these 2 players? The relationship between David Alaba and Carvajal is so many laterals. Once I catch say just when na share Carvajal back no, and he say Alaba ko fa bi share. Na fan na green for no na crab ball, they say green for no press it. Ready for the crab no. So he has switched possessions and was switch more pressing. And now did neutral player concept and also Afra. And this is Xabi Alonso. Let's start. Now, yeah, my last question said about better training national. Oh, she said Carvajal, should just be. And at this point, I also who said Carvajal.
While Rob Babe now be share the normal training Jason.
What's earlier who said David Alaba na kwasha back no. And we more. It's team no. You show o passes now so you mo conchain. Say they will lose. So we mo bomb 10 passes now 9 can buy no so lose na mo conchain. And this is why coach no air try say obe install a playing idea one e cut transitions build up no be free deep na diaba and the full backs will be part of his attacking plans.
But ni nyina mo no ye be kita ball ayen lose ball but ye the ball be bibi. Yes
of course coach bia baby and possession ende coach bia The man from Alonso, no possession of the end of midfield. If we midfield to the final third, no, or become more quicker than from defense to midfield. No. So let's follow. So we are body here for I'm sure. Young family, because we need to. And I'm telling you, say, Kabaha Jumano na Roberts, Laba Jumano na Carreras, Baba dia.
Kavajwana Arnold Ebabayano.
Yes, Trent. You're all Trent Babu who's all the same rule. It's a concept, or planning to we are not Dambasha, we are not Dambasha, we are not Dambasha.
Okay.
Xabi Alonso.
Yes, it was a for
the Brita,
Whoa, young Collins, and so you ever see a far a Zoom. Bishop Atapo Kunso stand by ever say, Yabena Bishop. Bishop say, Utimin can an pair. Once again, you're watching. Well, Sharak, who check horn sound and I'm there. Bishop Dinner was a ban now. I feel so Benya, yeah. Well, Bishop, what's the main can here? Oh. Well, Sharak, Mr. Mumani right now for your Bishop Atapoku. Rana Bishop on Soma because I'm saying, info bini a dibu on my osia general quick nafi yet to us.
Hey, okay, it's not fair for me. 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 Okay, it's not fair for me.
Well, Bishop, young quiet, but boy, and come on, yet you are funny at you for you.
Maybe to be out. Okay, it's not fair for me.
Yenum come on, yentio from O end.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it's only a matter of time. On meeting in castle. Make sure say the training I just for the drill is very fascinating, but and yeah, the football so after Xabi Alonso the kind of offer so a coaching the teams, especially from Society B and obviously by Liverpool and then now they are around that way. But the insight is quite good. You see, yeah, only on match days. You know, we have their coach, but I'm fascinated by the insight from you. And the kind of offer somebody how coaches prepare on your I see on the pitch on match day. And just say, your on match day, no, and then to a well rehearsed patterns of play after the conquer. And famous in it, Yawa. But who's the way near Jonia and 150 million, 150 million. And events I say, I maybe a fancy sit higher.
I said the other Mokai, I was here, Shum Gakra.
I said, only I'm first can't go. May I say?
105.
Yeah, you were willing to pay that money. First and foremost, the kind of Liverpool they have massively overpaid for Florian Wirtz. It's way too steep. But I'm one of those